Hello dear student, the main objective of today's lecture is to understand thermodynamical probability for two cases, distinguishable objects and indistinguishable objects. Then I will discuss the most probable macro state. Suppose we want to determine the number of ways that an object can be placed in M containers on a single compartment. N objects mean, suppose we have n molecules, and M containers mean we have M energy states of a single energy level that we call compartment. To do such calculations, we must know whether the objects or molecules are distinguishable or indistinguishable, and the restrictions on the population of the objects within each energy state. So how to decide the objects are distinguishable or indistinguishable? We need two parameters. First one is thermal de Broglie wavelength, and second, the density of system. The thermal de Broglie wavelength of a wave packet associated with each atom, molecule or particle of mass m is given by lambda t equal to h upon root 2 pi mkt. It is clear from this equation that lambda t is inversely proportional to temperature T. For a system to be in classical regime or follow classical statics, lambda t should be much smaller than the average interparticle distance. Suppose average interparticle distance is r0 and the system have density small n. So as we know that r0 approximately equal to 1 upon n to the power 1 upon 3. So the condition for applicability of classical statics is r0 should be greater than lambda t, or 1 upon n to the power 1 upon 3 must be greater than lambda t. So from this equation we have a condition n lambda t cube is less than 1. This condition fulfills when particle density n is low and temperature T is high. At high temperature, thermal de Broglie wavelength is very small. Why? Because it inversely proportional to T. The size of wave packet associated with each particle is much smaller than the interparticle distance. So the constituents of the system are distinguishable. We call system is distinguishable. So Maxwell-Boltzmann statics is applicable for that system. As the temperature is lower, the particles wavelength increases. When the wave packet of the particles begin to overlap with each other, it is impossible to identify individual particles in overlapping wave packets. So, the constituents of the system are called indistinguishable. So, for indistinguishable particles, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics not hold valid. We cannot apply Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics for such systems. So quantum effect must be taken into account. You must know some atomic or molecular particles having half integral spin with occupy one particle per energy states. We call such type of particles fermions, and other particles having integral spin having no limit on their occupancy in single state. Such particles are called bosons. Both these type of particles come into the category of indistinguishable particles. So, to study the behavior of such particles, we apply quantum statics. So, it is clear from this discussion that for proper statistical calculation, we must account for both of these cases, as well as for objects that can be either distinguishable or indistinguishable. Now first we take the case of distinguishable object. The combinatorial analysis for distinguishable object is divided into three categories according to different constraints. Case 1. In how many ways n identical distinguishable objects can be placed in m different containers with a limit of one object per container? We have n identical distinguishable objects and we want to place it in m different containers, and condition is that we have to place one object per container. So this condition only fulfill when n is less than equal to m. Number of container should be greater than or equal to n. The first object may be placed in any of m available containers, the second object in m minus 1 ways, and so on. So the number of ways for this case becomes omega equal to m into m minus 1, m minus 2, and so on, m minus n plus 1. To complete this equation, we multiply it and divide it by factorial m minus 1, and if we rearrange it, we get omega equal to factorial m upon factorial m minus n. It is our equation number 1. Now we take case 2. In how many ways an identical distinguishable object can be placed in m different container such that the ith container or a particular container hold exactly ni objects, as the total number of permutation for n object is factorial n. However, within each container, permutations are irrelevant as we are concerned only with their number rather than their identity. Hence, the number of permutation factorial n overcounts the number of ways by the number of permutation factorial ni for each container. Therefore, the number of ways is omega equal to factorial n upon factorial n1 factorial n2 x on factorial nm, or it can be written as omega I equals to factorial n upon pi I equal to 1 to m factorial ni. This equation gives the number of microstates in a particular microstate for distinguishable particle system. The total number of microstate omega correspond to particular microstate is called thermodynamical probability. So we use this equation to calculate the total number of microstate for a classical system. Now we come to case 3. In how many ways n identical distinguishable objects can be placed in m different container with no limitation on the number of per container? Because there is no limit, each object can be placed in any of them container. So omega will be equal to m to the power n. It gives total number of microstate in a distinguishable particle system. Hence the probability of occurrence of a particular distribution, suppose a particular distribution is n1, n2, so on nm, its probability is given by pi n1 n2 x on nm equal to omega I upon omega, or we can say it the probability of occurrence of this distribution is equals to thermodynamical probability of ith distribution upon total number of possible microstate for that system. These three cases are applicable for distinguishable particle system. Now I switch to indistinguishable system or indistinguishable objects. Combinatorial analysis for indistinguishable object divided into two cases. First we study in how many ways may n identical indistinguishable objects can be placed in m different container. Suppose we have n identical and indistinguishable particles and we want to place it into m different energy states or m different containers. A similar restrictions for distinguishable objects gives equation 1, where we have assumed particles are distinguishable. For indistinguishable objects, however, any rearrangement among the n objects is unrecognizable. Hence, omega given by equation 1 overcounts the number of ways for indistinguishable objects by a factor of factorial n. So, to obtain omega for indistinguishable object, we have to divide equation number 1 by factorial n. So omega is here equal to factorial m upon factorial n into factorial m minus n. Now our other case number 5. In how many ways n identical indistinguishable object can be placed in m different container with no limitation on the number per container? Condition is same, n identical particles and particles are indistinguishable, but no limitation on the number per container. Here is this condition is fully unconstrained case, mean particles are indistinguishable and no limitation. We begin by initially assuming distributable object labeled 1, 2, 3 x on n. Let us now arrange these n objects in a row with the m containers identified and separated by partitions. Suppose we take an example. We place object 1, 2, 3 in first container, object 4 and 5 in second container, and object 6 in third container, and so on. Now, regardless of their actual arrangement, the maximum number of rearrangement among the n object and m minus 1 partition is n plus m minus 1 factorial. However, interchanging the partition produces no new arrangement due to the indistinguishability of particle. So, we have overcounted by a factor of factorial m minus 1. Similarly, because the n objects are actually indistinguishable, we have again overcounted by a factor of factorial n, as we have discussed in case 4. Therefore, the number of ways for this case becomes omega equal to factorial n plus m minus 1 upon factorial n into factorial m minus 1. So I have discussed 5 cases here. 3 cases applicable for distinguishable particle system, and last 2 cases 4 and 5 are applicable for indistinguishable particle system. Out of these all cases, case 3 to 5 are important to us in view of statistical mechanics. We will see in later course equation 3 will be related to Maxwell-Boltzmann statics. Equation number 6 will be related to Fermi-Dirac statics, and equation number 7 will be related to Bose-Einstein statics. So, 3 equations, equation number 3 and 6 and 7 are very important to us. Now I discuss the most probable macro state. The thermodynamic property of a system can be estimated by considering only the most probable macro state. Means the most probable distribution of particles over energy levels. We can easily show that a large majority of all possible microstate is associated with the most probable macrostate. To show the significance of the most probable macrostate, here we study 2 cases by identifying each possible macrostate and then determine the associated number of microstate per macrostate. We assume particles are distinguishable with no limit on the number of particles per energy state. In case 1, we choose, suppose we have n equal to 6 particles distributed into m equal to 2 non-degenerate energy levels. And another case, case number 2, to investigate the influence of large numbers, we will consider suppose number of particles approximately equal to 10 to the power 23. We begin by considering the number of possible particle distribution or macrostate. It is indicated by omega m, which is equivalent to the number of ways that n indistinguishable object can be placed in m different container with no limit on the number of objects per container. Indistinguishability is temporarily presumed here because we are only concerned with the number of objects in each container and not their order of placement. So we have omega equal to n plus m minus 1 factorial upon factorial n into factorial m minus 1. It is equation of case 5. So we apply this equation here for our case 1. We have assumed m equal to 2. So for m equal to 2, omega m will be equal to n plus 1. And n is here we have assumed, we have taken n is equal to 6. So for 6 particles, omega m will be equal to 7. These 7 macrostate of 6 particle distribution between two energy level will be 0, 6, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1 and 6, 0. So next we determine the number of possible arrangement for a given particle distribution. Means that we will calculate the number of microstate for these macrostates. The number of microstate per macrostate omega I, which is equivalent to the number of ways that n distinguishable object can be placed in m different containers such that ni object occupy the ith container. So we apply here the equation we have already discussed in above. It is omega I equal to factorial ni n upon pi I equal to 1 to m factorial ni. So if we apply this equation for above macrostates, we get omega I 06 equal to 1, and that is equivalent to omega I 60. And for omega I 15 or omega I 51, that will occur in 6 ways. Means that the number of microstate in 15 or 51 macrostate will be 6. Similarly, for macrostate omega I 24 is equivalent to omega I 42, and this macrostate occurs in 15 ways. And finally, omega I 33 that occurs in 20 ways. So we find that the number of microstate associated with the most probable macrostate will be, we call it omega MP, is 20. Similarly, the total number of microstate omega is, if we sum up all these microstates, it will be 64. We can independently determine the total number of possible arrangement or microstate because this tally is equivalent to the number of ways n distinguishable object can be placed in m different containers with no limit on the number per container. Hence, from equation 3, the total number of microstate is omega equal to m to the power n. So that omega will be equal to 2 to the power 6 or 64 in agreement with our previous calculation. So we find that omega equal to 64. Total number of microstates is 64. Number of microstate in most probable microstate is 20, and thus the mean number of microstate, if we calculate, suppose we indicate it by omega bar equal to omega upon omega m, that will be equal to 9. Consequently, comparing these three statics, we may write the expected result for any n is greater than m. Omega will be always greater than omega mp, and that will be greater than omega bar. So here we have studied the case for n equal to 6 particle and m equal to 2. Now let us consider a case for a very large particle system. Suppose we have n equal to 10 to the power 23 particles and we have two containers. So n equal to 10 to the power 23 and m equal to 2. So using equation 1 and 2, the total number of microstate and the mean number of microstate can be written as total number of microstate omega equal to m to the power n, and average or mean number of microstate omega bar equal to omega upon omega m, and it comes 2 to the power n upon n plus 1. So if we take log of these equations, log of omega will be n log 2, and it will be approximately 7 into 10 to the power 22, and log omega bar will be equal to n log 2 minus log n plus 1. If we put the values of n in this equation, we get it approximately comes 7 into 10 to the power 22 minus 53. So it is clear from here that when n is very large, almost no difference arises between log of omega and log of omega bar. So in the limit of n tends to infinity, means when system is very large, omega mp upon omega approximately comes to 1. This equation indicates that the large macroscopic system, almost all microstates are associated with most probable microstate. Hence, the knowledge of most probable microstate is sufficient to the study of large system. So the significant conclusion is that utilizing the most probable distribution of particle over energy level is essentially equivalent to averaging over all microstate, because those microstate associated with the most probable microstate invariably accounts for nearly all possible microstate. Therefore, from the viewpoint of classical thermodynamics, the most probable particle distribution must represent the equilibrium particle distribution. Okay. If you have any query, you can ask me at my WhatsApp number. Thank you.